Okay, it's my favourite part of the Friday show now. No, not beat the presenter. Oh no. But wine tasting with the lovely Tom Canavan. Hello, Tom. Lovely to see you again.
And to see you, Michelle. It's great to be here.
Tom, don't say I'm not good to you. Look at these gorgeous assistants we've got this week. Ruth and Lisa are still with us. Ruth.
So answer to most
I'm
things.
a massive River City fan. I must get out of that mode.
That's it. Well,
And,
listen.
yeah, so moving on. I'm not a nutcase stalker of River City. We're going to move on. Tom, what have you got for us this week?
Okay, this week we're going to try a grape which you may not have heard of. It's called Semillon. And it's a French grape which makes a lot of really good wine in France and in Australia. Australia's its other kind of big home. And the interesting thing about it is it's equally famous for making dry wines and really sweet dessert wines.
Now, a little birdie has told me that one of these wines is made from mouldy grapes. Could I body swerve that one?
No, I'd like you to still try it. It sounds horrible,
Right.
but it's not quite as horrible as it sounds. It's a special kind of mould. Now,
All right,
sometimes it's called the noble rot because it's a noble form of mould. And what it is it's something called botrytis. And in the autumn, it can strike the grapes in the vineyard, and it is a mould, and it pierces the skin of the grapes. Sounds horrible, but then the sun comes up, warms up the vineyard, and the mould dies. But because the skins of the grapes have been pierced, all the water evaporates out of them. And so when you pick those grapes and press them, you get a really thick, sweet, very luscious kind of real dessert wine, a real kind of dessert in a glass.
Girls, how are you feeling about the wine tasting now? Is that appealing?
I'm absolutely up for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice
Ready to give it a go?
Yeah, we're good to you on the hour. OK, Tom, what's up first?
First one, OK, we're starting with the Lantana Semillon Chardonnay. So it's a blend of about 60% of this grape, Semillon, with Chardonnay. No mould in this one. This is a clean, straight, fresh wine from Australia. Have a little sip of this one, see what you think of it. It's in the Great Grog Company in Edinburgh for £5.95.
Very reasonably priced, actually. And you can...
It
quite
is.
zesty, isn't it? I'm getting like pineapple-y, lemon...
Very zesty.
Yeah.
I think that's right, Michelle. It's got all that kind of lemony fruit, but there's a wee hint of something quite tropical about it.
Yeah.
If you think
that's
of
lovely.
pineapple, think of lychees. Quite a nice kind of tropical hint to it too.
It's-
And I think this would be a lovely wine. It's got a bit of body, a bit of richness. It'd be a lovely wine with chicken, any kind of chicken, but especially something with a bit of spice like a chicken satay. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
And with any firm-fleshed white fish like cod, turbot, halibut, things like that. I think this is a really good wine, and at £5.95 it's not a bad price.
Very reasonably priced. OK, we move on to our next wine. We enjoying that, ladies? Lisa's,
Yes.
we're going to leave Lisa there guzzling on that one, and we're going to move on to wine number 2.
Plenty more where that came from. The second one is also a blend. This time they're blending the Semillon with Sauvignon Blanc, and it comes from Western Australia this time. It's the Cape Mentel Sauvignon Semillon Blanc. It's a wee bit more expensive, this one. It's £12.90 in Majestic stores.
That's a special occasion wine.
It is a special one, but as always, there are reasons why it's more expensive.
Yes.
It's aged in oak barrels. It's a very careful selection of the grapes. Have a little sniff and a taste. I think this one kind of bursts
Oh,
with
it's
life.
beautiful.
Really zingy. Really, really
Worth the
fresh.
extra money. That's gorgeous.
Girls, what do you think of that? Worth the extra money?
Oh yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Yeah, I think.
What do you
spend
think?
money on wine, yeah.
Can you taste anything from it? What are you getting from that wine?
What's
Wealth.
Well, you know,
Someone who's
rich
patterned buying a
gentleman.
£12.95
the
bottle of wine.
Sauvignon Blanc gives it that lovely kind of gooseberry freshness, you know, a real kind of bite and a real crispness, but the Semillon just rounds it out a little bit, gives it a little more of a kind of buttery kind of character to it.
absolutely.
I think it's a lovely
It's
combination.
absolutely
gorgeous.
beautiful, Tom. Again, any recommendations for food that would go with this wine?
Well, I think that crispness, that lovely exotic kind of tang, and the butteriness would be great with something like scallops or king prawns with garlic fried in some butter, and it'd just be absolutely delicious. A bit of lemon squeezed over them, and I think that would be a fantastic partner for those.
Now, if this is a French... You did say this was a French grape,
It's a French grape, but
but
the
it's
only...
Australian wine.
Yeah, Australia's the other great home of the Semillon grape, and in fact all three are from Australia tonight, including this last one, which is one made with this mould, the botrytis mould, the noble
Now,
rot.
this is the mouldy wine.
It is the mouldy wine.
Tom, you are really spoiling us this week.
I know.
Too
Well,
good to us.
This is your challenge. I don't think Vicky Lee would even put this in her mouth somehow, but
No, she's too busy with the strawberries over there. They're going
gonna
very
give it a
rapidly,
try.
let me tell you.
the Hermit's Hill Botrytis Semillon, £6.29 for a little half bottle in Marks and Spencer's. And think of this one. Forget about the mould, just think about having it with dessert, having it with something like pavlova or chocolate-dipped strawberries, or a lemon tart. Have a little go at that one.
Let me see.
It would actually be really, really good. This kind of wine's great with blue cheeses.
I think it'd be nice with cheese.
With a creamy blue cheese, something like a Dolciolata or a Campizola, it would be fantastic.
Very, very sweet for me. I think I'm
Sweet.
preferring number 2. What about you, Morag?
Oh, number 2, definitely.
Number 2, expensive taste.
I'm going to go
Lisa,
for all
of
3.
them. Yes, I'm getting that vibe from you there. That all 3 might go down just nicely. But Tom, with these wines, I mean, I suppose it's trying to educate people about wine, because I'm kind of going to walk into a supermarket and go for a Pinot Grigio and that's it. But it's really important, you know, to try different wines and try and experiment.
I think so, you know, and I do realise that a lot of people, you know, when we grow up, we eat kind of 3 square meals a day, and we all feel quite confident we know about food, we know the ingredients we like and the flavours we like. But with wine, we're all a bit, you know, if we find something we like, we tend to stick to it. So part of what we do here every week is just try and introduce new grapes, different prices, different styles, and give people something new they can try over the weekend.
And tell me, I know we're sampling Australian wines. In your opinion, what is the best country to go for?
Oh, that's a really difficult question. You know,
I like to press you, Tom.
press me?
Yes.
I don't know
like
if I
to challenge you and press you on this matter.
Well, listen, being a diplomat, I'd say all countries have their own kind of styles and their own, but Australia certainly offers great quality and good prices. And up-and-coming countries like South Africa, Chile, Argentina, you get great value for money too. So, you know, there's a whole kind of world of wine out there, and part of the fun is that it's always changing. There's always new things to discover.
Oh, Tom, as always, you have excelled yourself in the wine. Now, you're unfortunately, and it brings a tear to my eye, not going to be here for the next 2 weeks. Where are you dashing off to?
Well, I'm off to Australia at the start of the week. I'm judging a big competition over there in just south of Perth.
How the other half live.
Well,
Popping off
it's
to
got
Australia.
to be done. It's work.
It's work, yeah.
Someone's
Drinking
got to do
wine
it.
is work. I forget that. And but don't worry, the hour is not going to be without alcohol in your absence. We have drafted in some special stuff for the following week. Girls, thank you for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Good luck with River City and everything that's happening. Tom, we'll see you when you're back from your
Fantastic,
holidays.
Michelle.